Bereavement, or bereaved, bereft. It's from the Old English bereafian, meaning to deprive of, take away, seize, rob. This quote is from H is for Hawk by Helen MacDonald. If you look up the word in the dictionary, bereavement means a period of mourning after a loss, especially after the death of a loved one, a state of intense grief. Another definition, a little closer to the origin of the word, is the condition of having been deprived of something or someone valued, especially through death. Today, I think we refer to bereavement as a time of mourning, although both are true. There's no rushing it. It takes years, really. It has its own schedule. A friend's mother passed away a month or so ago. She said, "When the grief train gets through my busy exterior, it's kind of surprising." Yes, the grief train doesn't have a schedule. That wave of grief requires us to feel our feelings when it arrives at our station. We are mourning for being deprived of our loved one, being robbed of that person in our life. They are taken away and we don't see them again. They aren't available to talk to spend time with anymore. That's the hard part, the hurt part. And it takes time to heal, or at least to feel less tender about the loss. It's not something that can be analyzed or thought through. It touches our heart, our emotion. Emotion is energy in motion, like waves on the ocean. We can't control the waves, and we can't control the waves of emotion. Sometimes when I think of my friend Jane, the neighbor I met in high school, who became like a second mother, and who has been gone for many years now, the grief train arrives at my station, and I am brought to tears, missing her. I grieve the unconditional love that she had for me that was so precious. I learned what unconditional love is from her. Helen MacDonald says in another place in her book, "Sometimes I felt I was living in a house at the bottom of the sea." Grief requires diving deep into those waves and sitting in the midst of those feelings. We cannot rise back up to the living without first getting to the bottom of our emotions and grief. Bereavement is a station I can be residing in, or not even notice I am still there after so long. And surprise, the grief train will stop at my station. I believe the work is to be willing to greet that train, to honor and acknowledge it, and sit with it when it arrives. In summary, the process of putting my book together brought up a lot of grief and strong feelings at first. However, by the end of this journey, the strong emotions don't wash over me and stop at my station much anymore. I was asked, how do you let go of grief and still hold that person close to you? I don't think there's a letting go as much as time heals and changes the experience. I moved from the fog of grief to less fog, still immersed in mourning, to a clearer presence and awareness of grief that over time just occasionally washed over me. The truth is, the love always remains.